Ishtiaque, Ahmed.
Thanks. I guess that's a very important and interesting question too, and that kind of like allows us to understand HCI kind of in a different light, other than thinking about this as a one of the sub-disciplines of computer science. Because it is, when it started, HCI, it was like that. Computer scientists, they were thinking about how to make computer more usable. So how can we improve the design of a mouse pointer? How we can design a better looking websites. Those are the questions that people started asking when HCI as a discipline grew. We call that first wave of HCI, where people were only thinking about physical comfort of the users while using computer. The second wave came and it focused more on people's cognitive comfort. So if I put too much information on your screen, that will create cognitive load on your mind. If you have too many things on, like on your desktop, that will create cognitive load on your mind. How can I make you feel better when you are using a computer? Or how can I persuade you doing something good using computer? So those are the questions that came with the second wave. So in the first wave, computer scientists mostly worked with, people from physics, people from electrical engineering, people who work on building mechanical devices. So those are the people who had a lot of contribution in the first wave of computing. But in the second wave, computer scientists started working more closely with cognitive scientists, psychologists, and people from related disciplines to build those kind of technologies which give people more mental comfort. Then came third wave. In third wave of HCI, people moved from individual users to a group. Technologies like social media became popular at that point. So it's not only important to think about individual person's comfort, we also need to think about social justice, peace in the society, how revolution happens. Those kind of broader questions came into the picture. So computer scientists started working with social scientists, public health people, anthropologists, and feminists and other, an activist to advance their research projects in that front. So today, if you look at different, sub areas of computer science, you will see the reflections of this historical trajectory where it started from working with very much, hardware-based or physics-based computing toward more socially embedded computing. So I think that kind of explains how this, disciplines came into the picture.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Ishtiaque Ahmed. Now I'd request Dr. Sharifa Sultana to provide her views.
Okay. That's an actually excellent question that you mentioned. The bunch of subcommittee listed we see on Kai website before we submit our manuscript. So maybe I'm reading your question this way. If a student wants to prepare for a Kai submission or any submission for similar other venue, how they should craft their project so that they can fit within Kai's or HCI's scope, right? So maybe we could take a step back and think our project, think about our project, how that can contribute what human factors in HCI. And I totally agree with Ishtiaque, in different waves of HCI, there have been influence from different domains. And today when we look at the fourth wave of HCI, it's more about social harmony, sustainability, transparency, and all different kind of injustice people are looking at. Some students or somebody can go that way, like these are the social factors or human factors that my project is going to contribute to, and it has association with computing, machine learning, robotics, or any other things that's associated with broader tech scope. And they can later find, okay, which kind of people do such projects, and go back and see if they are listed in them or their papers are listed in on those subcommittees, so that they can pick, okay, this is the kind of researcher I am, this is the kind of subcommittee I should be subscribing to, and this is the kind of venues, not just Kai, like other venues for example, V's, for example, ICTD, for example, social computing, top domain, venue, CSCW, then there is DAB or ICWSM, which is for social media researchers. So they can look for the kind of researcher and where they regularly publish, and they can define, okay, this is the subdomain of HCI I belong to, and that's how probably a good way to strategize people's own path within HCI. So thank you.
Now I'd request Dr. Hasan Ferdous to contribute.
I think both Ishtiaque and Sharifa has spoken to the main parts of this problem, and again I can add that this is a very specific challenge. So every year when we submit to CAI or other top conferences, we face this challenge that, okay, which subcommittee should we nominate? And after going through the list and the initial description, I always feel like, okay, I can fit it to at least 5 different subcommittees. So how I can choose the first and the second subcommittee? And the strategy that I follow is what Sharifa said, that we look into the people who are the ACs in those subcommittees and where do they publish, what topic do they publish, so that I can know that those will be the right people to judge the paper accordingly. So this is my way, and obviously we can always choose different headings or different keywords to make sure that it goes to the right people. However, there is always the chance that a particular paper will go to the wrong people who is not familiar with that exact research methods and criticize the paper somewhat unfairly, I would say. But that is the way of life, that is the risks that we run into when the field becomes too big. I always feel that CAI has become too big.
Thank you so much for your valuable opinions. So I'd like to think that BRAC University is uniquely positioned as an institution because it's a part of the BRAC ecosystem, right? So I think most of you are aware that we have our BRAC NGO, we have a BRAC bank, we have the largest mobile financial company in Bangladesh, bKash. We have a bunch of IT infrastructure, and our lab has been established by thinking that on mind, because you'll be glad to know that the BRAC University recently has established 4 strategic pillars, and one of those pillars is the synergy between BRAC and the BRAC University. So, I forgot to name BIGD, BRAC Institute of Governance and Development, which is also doing wonderful works. So, if any of you would like to make some additional remarks in this regard, how could we bring all of them together, since all of you have extensive experience of combining different stakeholders together? So could you give us some insights into those, whoever want to contribute?
I can start. I guess I agree with you. BRAC is uniquely positioned in this HCI space because it has this interdisciplinary strength and kind of like a proven track record in the context of Bangladesh. BRAC NGO has been able to do wonders in the field, which we study in development economics, development sociology all around the world. And when I was a PhD student at Cornell, I still remember I had to take a course on international development, and there was a case study of BRAC working with rural women that we all in the class were studying. So these are the proud moments that BRAC offered to us. Institutionally, what this means that there is this opportunity to think about in an interdisciplinary way, and this is important for two important reasons, what I feel like even important for a department like computer science. With the advancement of AI, now a lot of traditional computer science jobs are now becoming less important. Even an average software engineer is asking this question, how much of their skill is actually needed in their job? A lot of studies that we are conducting with software engineers, we are asking them questions like, what is unique about you that only you can do and computer or AI cannot produce? And most of the time, the answers that we are getting is that, well, we the humans can bring creativity. We the humans understand the context. We the humans can collaborate together and do things that AI cannot do. All these things go beyond the traditional computer science teaching, and this is something that we care about in HCI. What are the human factors that are important in building a computing system? And now when we go back to the computer science curriculum, computer science syllabus, we ask these questions. If the software engineers who are working in the industry, they say that these are the skills that are helping them to still keep their jobs, then are we teaching them those skills? Are we teaching our computer science students creativity? Are we teaching the computer science students how to work with communities? Are we teaching the computer science students how to be empathetic? If not, then we are probably not equipping our computer science students for the next generation skills that they need to remain relevant in AI era. BRAC University, the BRAC ecosystem offers the students to learn those, not necessarily from their computer science department, but from the other organization that it has. BIGD, BCASH, BRAC, NGO, these are wonderful institutes to learn from. I think this, initiatives like this, HCC, can be the bridge to bring those people's insights in computer science to think about, and doing collaborative projects together. Computer science students can work with them, they can learn how to work with the communities, build computing systems together, implement those in the actual real scenario, and understand what works and what doesn't work from practical context. There's a rare opportunity that is not available in most universities in Bangladesh that I know of. So I see a huge opportunity of BRAC Computer Science or BRAC University to take the leadership in that regard. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Would you like to contribute?
Yeah, I actually agree with Ishtiaque in this matter that HCC has this privilege of getting benefited from the collaboration with BRAC ecosystem, because BRAC ecosystem has actual connection, has the real connection with actual people, and understand their problems, and can capture their voice, which is very difficult from someone who is working in Silicon Valley and developing tools for, let's say, Bangladeshi government, or even Bangladeshi medical systems or banking or anything. And this problem is getting bigger in Western world as well, because, AI boom has suddenly happened. And with that, the industry has tons of tools, and now they are crafting problems so that they can solve with their tools. Let me give you an example. This is the admission season, right? Yeah. And most of the graduate admission groups are flooded with one major concern, that I turned my SOP for AI checking, AI script checking, and I got 80%. But I wrote my own thing, and still I'm getting the scores high. Am I going to get a rejection or red flag with my admission package? So now there are tools, AI tools, paid AI tools, that help you get the scores lower. See the pattern. First, there is an AI tool that is causing some problem, which previously may not probably exist, because people were, even with their broken English and broken grammar, were writing their own thing. Now they have AI, so they're writing flawless scripts, SOP. And now another AI is checking it for them, and then a third AI is coming in to solve that problem. Where in Bangladesh, the BRAC ecosystem can tell us about actual people's problem. And I'm hoping HCCS is going to take this leverage from this ecosystem and contribute in developing impactful tools and technologies for Bangladesh, or at least captures the problem in a way that is solvable with our own resources. If not, we will learn from other global South countries or even Western world. We will capture knowledge and we will be able to solve our problem. I'm actually putting this hope to HCCS. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sultana. Dr. Ferdous.
I believe this is a huge opportunity, and as I have spoken before, that human-computer interaction is a very, very, very multidisciplinary field. So with all the resources that this BRAC ecosystem offers, I believe what the HCCS can do is approach these organizations, try to understand what are their major problems and contribute accordingly. Be a part of it. I suggest that approach early, provide the human-centered flair in those organizations and solve their problems and make a team. So maybe start small, start with probably with student projects and grow it big. And I believe it's a big opportunity for both BRAC University and these partner organizations.
Thank you. So we are overwhelmed with student questions. So I'll pick one of those questions, which is, I